Now we are going to discuss about glucose. That means we are going to write the structure of glucose based on chemical properties. First point is blood contains 65 to 110 milligrams of glucose for every 100 ml, hence it is called blood sugar. That means for every 100 ml blood 65 to 110 milligrams of glucose is present. That is why it is also called blood sugar. Grapes contain 20% glucose, hence it is called grape sugar. That is also one of the name for glucose because grapes contains 20% glucose. Next, it is also present in honey and ripening fruits. Also present in honey and ripening fruits. Next, structure of glucose. First one, that means we are going to derive the structure of glucose based on chemical properties. First one is when glucose reacts with HA, then we get N-hexane. That means what happened? All oxygens removed by hydrogens. That means it acts as reducing agent. From this reaction, we can say one point, that is glucose contains straight chain because we got the product that contains straight chain. So this reaction indicates what? Glucose contains straight chain. Second one is with NH2OH and HCN. That means when glucose reacts with NH2OH and HCN, we get glucose oxime when it reacts with hydroxylamine and glucose cyanohydramine when it reacts with HCN. From these 2 points, we can say one point, that is glucose contains one carbonyl compound because only carbonyl compounds reacts with hydroxylamine as well as HCN. We saw already those reactions in carbonyl compounds chapter. Now next chapter is what? We have to find whether it is aldehyde or ketone. From these two reactions we can say what? Glucose contain one function group, that is either aldehyde or ketone. Now we are going to decide that whether it is aldehyde or ketone. Third reaction, oxidation. This is glucose molecular formula. When glucose undergoes oxidation in the presence of bromine, then we get gluconic acid. One more reaction. This is the formula for saccharic acid. See, when glucose undergoes oxidation in the presence of HNO3, then we get saccharic acid. When this gluconic acid undergoes oxidation in the presence of HNO3, then also we get saccharic acid. What is the point here? The above two reactions indicate that glucose contain aldehyde group. How can we say that? If aldehyde group is present in a compound, then that compound undergoes oxidation, then we get acids with the same number of carbons. Suppose if ketone is present, we get acids with less number of carbons. We taught already those points in alcohols topic. If a compound contain aldehyde, when it undergoes oxidation, then we get acids with the same number of carbon atoms. If a compound contains ketone, then when this compound undergoes oxidation, then we get acids with less number of carbons. Here how many carbons? 6. Here how many carbons? 1, 4 carbons, 5 plus 1, 6. This is acid. Here also 6 number of carboxylic acid. Here also 6 number of carbonic acid. From this point, what we can say? Glucose contains aldehyde group. That is the one of the point. With acetic anhydride, CH3CO twice is called acetic anhydride. When glucose reacts with acetic anhydride, then we get glucose pentacetate. That means from this reaction we can say one point, that is glucose contains 5 hydroxyl groups. How you can say that glucose contains 5 hydroxyl groups? Because if you observe this structure, in that structure, the hydrogens which are attached with oxygen are replaced by acyl group. The hydrogens which are attached with oxygen are replaced by acyl group. So what we can say? Glucose contains 5 hydroxyl groups. From all the above equations, first equation is what? With HA. From that we can say straight chain. This is straight chain. Second reaction is what? With NH2OH or HCN. From that we got what we can say, what we said, glucose contains carbonyl group. Third reaction is what? Oxidation. Then we get the same number of carbons. Then we get acid with the same number of carbons. That indicates glucose contains aldehyde group. Every time that aldehyde group is present at a terminal position in given organic compound. Next, from this reaction, what we can say? Glucose contains 5 hydroxyl group. Those are present at different carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From all the above reactions, we can say the structure of glucose like this. If you observe this structure, here OH group is present on left side of this chiral carbon, but remaining 4 OH groups present on right side of the carbons. Here there is no experimental evidence why this OH group is present left side of the chiral carbon. There is no reason. You just remember that point. This is the structure for glucose. This is also called open structure for glucose. For this structure, some drawbacks are there. They are drawbacks of open chain structure of glucose. That is, it does not react with Schiff's reagent and NH3. If CHO group is present, it should react with Schiff's reagent, but it does not react with Schiff's reagent as well as NH3. That is the one of the drawback. Second drawback, it does not explain 2 melting points of glucose. That means what? Glucose has 2 melting points, but this structure could not explain 2 melting points of glucose. That is the second drawback. Third drawback, it does not exhibit mutar rotation. I will discuss later about this. What is mutar rotation? These are the drawbacks of glucose. To overcome these drawbacks, the scientists have proposed a cyclic structure for glucose. That is obtained by addition of hydrogen of hydroxyl group from 5th carbon to aldehyde group. Then 2 cyclic structures are formed. This is 5th carbon. Addition of hydrogen of hydroxyl group, not this hydrogen of hydroxyl group from 5th carbon. This is 5th carbon. How can we say that this is first one, this is second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one? When this hydrogen is going to attack at this functional group aldehyde, then we get 2 cyclic structures. Those cyclic structures satisfies the melting points of glucose. See, this is the structure for glucose. When this hydrogen is going to attack here, then this C double bond OH becomes CHOH. That means CHOH. Why we get 2 structures? If suppose this OH is going to attack in right side, then we get this structure. If it attacks at left side, then we get this structure. Like that we get 2 cyclic structures. This is cyclic structure. This is also cyclic structure. In this cyclic structure, we have to say one point, that is, if OH is present on right side of the chiral carbon, if OH is present on right side of the first chiral carbon, then that will be alpha. If it is present on left side of the first chiral carbon, if OH group is present on left side of the first chiral carbon, then that will be beta. If OH is present on right side of the chiral carbon, that will be alpha. If it is present on left side of the chiral carbon, that will be beta. Why here D? Because this is the highest stereogenic center. If you observe this structure, then this will be highest stereogenic center, not this one, because this is involved in bonding. Here OH group is present on right side, so on the highest stereogenic center, if OH group is present on right side, that will be what? D. If OH group is present on left side, here also OH group is present on right side, so that will be D. Then why it is plus? What this plus sign indicates? Natural occurring glucose is dextrorotatory. Naturally occurring glucose is dextrorotatory. If it is dextro, we should mention plus sign, otherwise minus sign. So naturally occurring glucose is dextrorotatory. That is why we have to mention positive sign here. This alpha indicates what? This alpha indicates if OH group is present on right side of the first chiral carbon, then that will be alpha. If it is present on left side of the chiral carbon, that will be beta. D means what? If OH group is present on right side of the highest chiral carbon, based on glycerol head structure, that will be D. Here also OH present on right side in both cases. So here also D. Then this, what this plus sign indicates? This plus sign indicates glucose is dextrorotatory naturally. If it is levorotatory, we should mention negative sign. If it is dextrorotatory, we should mention with the positive sign. Next point. When alpha D glucose and beta D glucose dissolves in water, then equilibrium mixture is formed. This equilibrium mixture exhibits rotation of 52.5 degrees centigrade. See, this is alpha D glucose, this is beta D glucose. Both are having different structures, but molecular formula is same. When these two compounds dissolves in water, at one point they form equilibrium mixture. At that point, that equilibrium mixture also rotates some rotation. Alpha D glucose rotation is plus 311 degrees, beta D glucose rotation plus 19 degrees. What is this plus 311 and what is this plus 19 degrees? See, when we pass plane polarized light, because glucose is optically active compound, all optically active compounds are optical isomers. When we pass plane polarized light through this compound, then this compound rotates plane polarized light towards clockwise direction by this angle 311 degrees angle. When we pass plane polarized light through beta D glucose, then this beta D glucose rotates plane polarized light towards clockwise direction by 19 degrees. This plus sign indicates clockwise direction. Then what about this plus 52.5? When these two compounds present in water, at one point they form equilibrium. That equilibrium mixture also exhibits rotation. That means when we pass plane polarized light to that equilibrium mixture rotates plane polarized light towards clockwise direction by 52.5 degrees centigrade. Towards clockwise direction by 52.5 degrees. This is called muta rotation. Muta rotation means equilibrium mixture exhibits rotation. That equilibrium mixture contains alpha and beta D glucose. This is formed by these two compounds. When those two compounds are in equilibrium, that is called muta rotation. Next, the specific rotation of alpha D and beta D glucose changes to plus 52.5 degrees centigrade. This rotation is called muta rotation. That means this alpha D glucose rotation changes from plus 111 degrees to plus 52.5 degrees. Here this rotation changes from plus 19 to plus 52.5 degrees centigrade. These are what cyclic structures of glucose. I will discuss about these structures in next video.